Good evening. Good evening, everyone. On behalf of the Merrill School District, I would like to welcome family and friends to this evening's graduation commencement for the class of 2005. Would you all please stand now for the Pledge of Allegiance? Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and through the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. You may be seated. Before we begin, I would like to advise people that we are under a weather advisory, and if the need arises, we do have the capability of channeling everyone through the building, so hopefully we won't have to do that. At this time, we'll hear a selection from the high school choir under the direction of Jim Yorkland. Now we will hear from Shannon Murphy.
Welcome, friends, family, staff, and guests. Thank you for being here for us on our graduation day, and thanks for all the love, help, and support you've given us along the way. Graduates, since we're all together for one last time, I wrote you guys a special little rhyme. Oh, graduating class of 2005, here we are on the day for which 12 years we did strive. Yes, I'm certainly glad that we're finally done, but at the same time, I'm sad because we've had so much fun. We worked so hard to make it to this day, and now we see our hard work really did pay. Because we're leaving this school with quite a lot, our friendships, our memories, our diploma, and all the knowledge that we have been taught. So now think of all your friends and all they've helped you through, how even on your crabby days, they were still there for you. Together we've had so many laughs, but also many tears. Our friendships are what made these the most memorable years. In fact, there's a countless number of memories we've shared together. I honestly wish that we would really all stay friends forever. So tonight we're probably gonna hug, and some of us will cry, knowing that when we say it, it might be our last goodbye. But if that is true and our friendships don't last, at least we'll still have our favorite memories of the past. We'll remember how peppermint and prom were always so much fun, and how beautiful everyone looked with their fancy dresses and all their hair done. We'll remember how we always had a blast going to all the big games, chanting and cheering and screaming out our players' names. We'll never forget about homecoming because it was the best week, the game, the assembly, and especially the day when everyone dressed like a geek. As juniors and seniors, we proved we were the best class. Considering both years, our powder puff team kicked some butt. Eventually, we might forget about all the dumb arguments and all the silly fights, but we'll still remember the inside jokes from all the crazy nights. We'll remember Merrill and everything about our hometown. Finally, we'll remember sitting here dressed alike in our blue cap and gown. Today, we'll remember our parents and how proudly they smile, knowing that this is the day they've waited for quite a while. They're proud because today we receive our ticket to success, our diploma, which we have worked for 12 years to possess. But our diploma is just a symbol for the knowledge that in high school we did gain, all the historical facts, the vocab words, and the math equations that are now in our brain. In 12 years of school, we've gotten quite a lot of knowledge. It makes me wonder what there's left to teach us in college. But I guess some of us will find out next year when we take our first college course, while others of us will learn about the real world when they join the workforce. So as we leave behind our school days, I guess we'll all be going our separate ways. But no matter where you're headed to, I hope that you succeed in all that you do. I hope that you all stay happy and healthy, and I hope that you all become extremely wealthy. Most of all, I hope that life is kind to you, and I hope that all of your dreams come true. Now there's only one thing left to say. Congratulations and happy graduation day.
Thank you, Shannon. Is the sun out? We will now hear from Senior Class President Jessica Yankee.
Welcome administration, school board, staff, family, friends, and fellow classmates. The past 4 years have flown by. I can hardly believe the time has finally come, that we are finally graduating. For me, finishing high school is a bittersweet event. On the one hand, I look forward to new challenges and experiences in the future. However, on the other, I cannot help but feel that I may never again have the same great experiences I have had here in high school. High school is definitely a unique time for everyone. Whether you loved it, hated it, or simply tolerated it, a part of the last 4 years will surely stay with us all forever. Even if we choose to ignore it, we have all learned a lot from our families, our teachers, and from one another over the past 4 years. Personally, the one thing I know that will always be in my heart is my friends and the times we have spent together. Friends are the people who get you through school and make sure you go on to the next day. They're the people you call when you have a problem, and without hesitating, they're by your side. At this stage in our lives, it seems that friends are the only people we can truly trust. Sure, our parents have been awesome in putting up with our attitudes, our crises, and our shenanigans. And our teachers have tolerated us and taught us the best they could. But it is our friends who laugh with us, vent with us, and of course, cry with us. The past 4 years have been a growing up experience for us all. I still remember the fear in my heart on the first day of what I thought was the rest of my life. Upon entering the scary and unpredictable years of our lives, we were repeatedly told that high school would undoubtedly be the best time of our lives. Looking back on it now, I can see how this statement is partly true. We have all learned so much, achieved so much, and experienced so much in this building. High school was definitely full of firsts, and many of the experiences we have had here will help shape the rest of our lives. I do believe that up until this point, my high school years have stayed true to the notion that they are the best of your life. Thus far, they have surpassed everything else I have experienced. However, at the same time, I look forward to good times in the future and possibly better times. It is true, high school was filled with many different things, many different experiences. Activities, games, classes, and of course the drama. Everything mixed together gives us the life we know and have loved so well. I see high school as a training ground for the life ahead of us. We have been shown how to operate in the adult world. That is scary to think about, though. We are all adults now, not only legally, but also intellectually. We have taken only the first step in our life. We are now independent and finally free. For years, we have dreamed about the day when we could leave this all behind us and not look back. Well, that day is finally here. And I find that although I am relieved I survived, I feel lost at the same time. We will all move on to either college or the real world of working, and nothing seems simplistic anymore. We are left to make decisions on our own about how we want our lives to turn out. We have many more challenges ahead of us, and the only thing we can do is hope that all will turn out well. I know that it's a worn-out cliche, but I do believe that we can all be and achieve whatever we choose to in life. High school has prepared us all for what lay ahead, both the good times and the bad. We have all grown up here together, and we can hope for happiness in the future. Even though, as I said, we are adults now, we still do have a lot of growing up left to do. However, the one thing I've learned that will always hold true is don't grow up too fast. We still do have our whole lives ahead of us, and we deserve to have fun. We need to live for today because we never know what tomorrow may bring. However, at the same time, we have to hope for our futures. The memories that we will take from high school may be different. Some of our memories may fade or even change over time. We never know what will stay in our hearts forever and what will simply be an experience that is stored in some deep place within our minds. Circumstances do change over time, as do people. And even though all of our memories of the past 4 years of our lives may change or fade as well, the past will always stay the same. But even the past we cannot hold on to forever. We need to be able to let go, but at the same time, remember what was important. After all, as Matthew Flixton has said, everything comes to pass and nothing comes to stay. We need to cherish our experiences for what they are and for what they were. But we also need to move on with our lives in order to build the futures that we have always dreamed of. We all have the power to do or be anything. We only are what we think, dream, and believe we are. We can never be anything more or anything less than this. After tonight, we will never all be together in the same room again. We will all go off in different directions, and tomorrow will never be the same as today. As we go off and start our lives, hopefully we can remember everything we have learned here today. Sure, we have been taught about numbers and words and science, and we learned about that one thing that happened in that one place at that one time in our social studies and history classes. For these facts, we have our teachers to thank. Whether or not we believe that this information will help each of us on our own unique journey, it does not matter. What does matter are the real things we have learned from our teachers. We know now that we are capable of acquiring as much knowledge as we desire. We also know that we can try new things without fear. Even if we think that the specific lessons in classes were boring, insignificant, or even useless, in the long run, they have prepared us all for the road ahead. And then I think we need to look around at one another. I am sure we will not remember the face of every single one of our fellow classmates. Some people we called our friends, others were our enemies, and some just mere acquaintances. There are those we simply passed in the hallway and never gave a second glance at. And then there were our true friends, our accomplices through it all. We all know who these people are for each of us. They are the people who made the past 4 years great, and they are the people you will definitely never forget and will definitely stay in touch with. However, no matter how important or unimportant the faces around us seem to be, each has contributed in some small way to our high school experience. All of us together, as the Merrill High School graduating class of 2005, we had walked through those intimidating high school doors 4 years ago, separately, as basically strangers. However, today, we will leave the same school together, finally, all of us having something in common. Before we leave today and move on with our lives, I think we need to thank our parents. I know that personally, without my mom and dad, I wouldn't be here today. They gave me the confidence to succeed and the desire to achieve. Without our parents for our support, whether emotionally or financially, where would we be? And so, we are done. This is it. We have nothing else that we are expected to do here. I know that a part of me will miss it all. However, in the words of Dr. Seuss, don't cry because it's over, smile because it happened. I am grateful that I had such a rewarding experience in this school thanks to all of you, my teachers, my family, and especially my classmates. I believe that Mr. Disney said it best in one of my all-time favorite movies, that goodbye may seem forever, farewell is like the end. But in my heart's a memory, and there you'll always be. I will always remember all of the good times here at Merrill High, and of course some of the bad. However, the one thing I know I will never forget is that the memories will always be alive with the class of 2005.
Thank you, Jessica. We'll now hear from the Merrill Band, high school band, under the direction of Diane McCauley.
The band selection Vesuvius is about Mount Vesuvius, the volcano that destroyed Pompeii in 79 AD. The music depicts the power and energy of the eruption of this volcano. You will hear many different sounds which represent the various stages of a volcanic eruption. The band would like to wish the graduating class of 2005 the very best as you begin to write the next chapters in your life.
And now our guest speaker for this evening is Mr. Scott Honorson.
The first thing I'd like to have you do is just have everybody stand up for a second so you can get rid of your bleaching. Everybody stand up. That would be parents included. Don't you get nervous when people start doing stuff like this? Must be the battery. I have a tendency to drain on people. All right, first thing I want you to do is just turn around, look around the people around you. Look at the people around you, shake some hands, and just say hi or good evening and be polite. That's really something we should do more often, is be nice to people. Since I am a physical education teacher and a health educator, the next thing I'd like to have you do is just have everybody put both hands above their head. Stretch a little bit to the side, a little bit to the other side. Now with your hands nice and high, I want you to bow 4 times. Thanks, you can sit. I haven't even gave my speech and you feel that way about me. That's unbelievable. Hopefully by the end of tonight, I know I won't have the best speech ever, but I can have the longest. All right. It has always been my understanding that diplomats, senators, presidents, and high-ranking officials give commencement speeches. I have none of these titles. Hard to believe. When the senior class asked me to speak, I strongly declined. Who in their right mind would want to speak in front of all of you? So I sat down and searched for reasons why the class would want me to speak. Was it the fact that I had most of them in class once and some of them twice? Could it be because I could be inducted to the Powder Puff Hall of Fame for back-to-back Powder Puff victories? Or simply because I'm short and sweet and they were hoping my speech would be the same way? Whatever the reason, I'm honored. Most of you students sitting in front of me probably feel that graduation is no big deal. I personally look at graduation as a compliment to the city of Merrill, the school system, your parents, and all of your past teachers, because you have passed one of life's major tests, receiving an education and a diploma. Your scores will be posted later in life. Some of you might want to check to make sure your diploma is signed also. What are you graduating from? What are you leaving? Obviously Merrill High School, but you're also graduating from bells that told you when to move, second-hour announcements that informed you, all school codes and policies that you're supposed to follow, the passes that excused you, half credit for late work, teachers that got to know you well, and Ma and Pa calling in and getting your absence excused. What are you graduating to? Where are you going? You're graduating to a future, your chance, your beginning. Realize graduation is not the ending, it's only the beginning. You're graduating to a whole new life, one in which you will continue your education or seek employment. You'll have to plan 5 or 10 years ahead rather than planning from day to day. You'll search for a lifelong mate rather than a girlfriend or a boyfriend. I thought that one would get you. Never mind. You'll create a new family rather than just being a member of one. You'll try to find a career rather than just hold down a job. And you'll search for the reasons why rather than the adults telling you why. Regardless of your path you choose to follow college, technical school, the armed services, or the workforce, your game plan should stay the same. You must get the most out of the gifts you've been given. We can't all be state champs, the next idol, or the president, but we can all work to be the best at what we do and who we are. I personally believe that we have all been given hands, a head, and a heart to guide us through life. What you do with yours is up to you. Your head, please use it. If you let it, it will guide you, provide direction, give you a conscience to make good decisions. Please realize that every decision you make will have an effect on you, your life, and probably someone else's too. Please challenge yourself to be open to all opportunities. A close friend of mine, Thomas Edison, said, opportunity is missed by most people because it's dressed in overalls and looks like work. Work to be a better student, work to be a better employee, to be a better father, mother, to be a better husband or wife, and a better friend. No one can be too good at marriage, parenthood, or friendships. Realize by challenging yourself to improve that there will be some failures and some not so good results. When you do fail, don't be quick to blame others or to pass the buck. It probably wasn't your boss's fault or the ump's call or your alarm clock. It was you. Take responsibility for yourself and grow from it. Think before you act and speak, and you'll seldom go wrong. Your hands. Your hands give you the opportunity to be a productive person in society. Please realize that being productive doesn't mean bringing home a paycheck or finding the easiest job that pays the most money with the least amount of responsibility. It means doing your part to make the world a little better place. We can all offer a handshake, a helping hand to someone in need, a compliment, a pat on the back. During the next few years, you'll be forming who you are and what you represent. You'll be formulating what others think of you and what they'll say about you. Stop for a moment and think of the 5 words that best represent you. Right now, you should be thinking of the 5 words that represent you. Supposed to wait 9 seconds. This is difficult for most of you as a 17 and 18-year-old because you haven't developed who you are and what you stand for. Okay? But what I want you to focus on, what would you like other people to say about you in the future? My interest is in the future because that is where we are all going to spend the rest of our lives. Now is your chance to use your hands to be productive, to make a difference, and to show the world who you are and what you represent. A heart. Have one and use it. Your heart is the one part of your body that continues to grow throughout life, while everything else seems to shrink, shrivel, or sag. Your parents probably know about that. Sorry. It's hard for me to be serious all the time. If you take care of your heart and your body, they will take care of you. Your heart allows you to judge right from wrong, establish your values and your morals, set standards and priorities. I believe your priorities in life should be your faith, your family, and your friends, not your job, your salary, and your car with the kick-in sound system. Your faith establishes your foundation, your family builds the framework, and your friends support your ideas. Your heart, use your heart when you decide right from wrong. Act with your heart to do good for others. Save a secret spot in your heart for all your dreams. And realize that some of the greatest and most beautiful things cannot be seen or touched. They have to be felt with your heart, like compassion, kindness, honor, and love. Seniors, use the tools you've been given, your hand, your head, and your heart to get the most out of your life. Realize that graduation is a concept. In real life, you graduate from something every day. Graduation is a process that goes on until the last day of your life. If you grasp this concept and realize that each day really is a gift, you will make a difference. Because in the end, when all is said and done, the opinion that will matter most in your life will be the one staring back from the glass. I'd like to share a poem that I use in my life. It's called The Man in the Glass. I know that's not gender equal, but it serves the purpose tonight. Ladies, just put women or ma'am in there and you'll figure it out. All right. When you get what you want in your struggle for self and the world makes you king for a day, just go to the mirror and look at yourself and see what the man has to say. For it isn't your father or mother or wife whose judgment upon you must pass. The fellows whose verdict counts most in your life is the one staring back from the glass. You may be like Jack Horner and chisel a plum and think you're a wonderful guy, but the man in the glass says you're only a bum if you can't look him straight in the eye. He's the fellow to please, never mind all the rest, for he's with you clear to the end, and you've passed your most dangerous and difficult test if the man in the glass is your friend. You may fool the whole world down the pathway of years and get pats on your back as you pass, but your final reward will be heartache and tears if you've cheated the man in the glass. Remember these words and always be true to yourself and be your own best friend. Not done yet. The music group Green Day summarizes my graduation wish for you as well as myself in the lyrics of one of their songs, with some minor modifications, of course. Your graduation is a turning point, a fork stuck in the road. Time grabs you by the wrist and directs you where to go. So make the best of this test and don't ask why. It's not a question, but a lesson learned in time. It's something unpredictable, but in the end it's right. This is my part. I hope you have the time of your life. Seniors, good luck in your journey, and I do hope you have the time of your life. Thank you.
Thank you, Scott. We will now hear from School Board President Pat Berg.
Good evening. It's an honor to be able to address you this evening on behalf of the Board of Education, and I would like to recognize the board members who are with us this evening. If they would please stand when I call their names. They're seated over to my right. We have Carrie Kaler, Brenda Mamer, Louise Schutz, Tom Muller, and Kurt Eckes, your Board of Education. Tonight is a very important evening. It's also a very warm evening, and in light of that and all the eloquent speakers we've already had this evening, I will make my brief comments very brief. Tonight is all about you and your awesome accomplishment in graduating from high school. As you move on to the next level of your life, whatever that may be, live to fulfill your brightest dreams and your highest hopes, wherever they may take you. On behalf of the Merrill Area Board of Education, we extend our heartfelt congratulations to you all.
Danielle Block will now introduce the class of 2005.
Anybody have a can? Anybody? Okay. I as well would like to thank parents, friends and family, teachers and faculty members, school board members, and fellow students for being here this evening. We never thought this day would come. We've spent years crossing days off our calendars, counting down the minutes until our graduation day. That day is today, and like many of you, I am saddened by its arrival, because it means leaving behind friends who have been there through thick and thin, and teachers who have educated and mentored us over the years. On the other hand, this day is a happy one, because it signifies the start of many more great things to come. As we prepare ourselves to leave behind this familiar scenery, I want to take the opportunity to take a quick look back on a few of the memories we have had as students of Merrill High School. This has been the place where school records were broken, where formal dances were held, where Putter Puff games were played, and boys dressed up as cheerleaders. Where school spirit was shown through pep assemblies and nerd day, where 4.0s were earned, where 4.0s weren't earned, where chippers roamed the hallways and tractors roamed the parking lot, where Lieutenant Neff patrolled the halls, where Mrs. Olszewski dressed up in the Blue Jay costume, where everyone prayed to have Mr. Blair as a sub, where every year ended with a water balloon fight, where the Rock has displayed every color of paint imaginable, where weekend stories were shared in Mr. Turtelot's class, where every Friday was treat day in Mrs. Wardell's math class, where PDA was never okay, where lockers got jammed and lunch accounts overdrawn, where deceased critters always seemed to find their way into courtyard trees, and where hidden talents were discovered and shared with the entire student body. This evening, it serves as the place where we are being recognized for our years of hard work. Tonight, it serves as the place where we are assembled for the very last time as a class of 2005. So while I have you all here together this one last time, I want to say some personal thank yous to everyone. I'd like to thank my teachers for putting up with my loud mouth and my rare crying outbursts. You have filled my brain with wisdom and knowledge, and I am forever grateful. Thanks to my parents for taking one look at me and deciding to claim me as their child instead of leaving me at the hospital. Thanks for always being there for me and stressing me how important it is to be myself. Thanks to my sisters for always being there to listen to me, for always helping me out, and for kicking my butt when I needed it. Thanks to my family members for their ongoing support and love. Thanks to Merrill High School for being my home for the past 4 years. Sometimes I spent more time here than in my own house. Finally, I want to thank all my friends for accepting me the way I am. Had it not been for you guys, high school would not have been nearly as enjoyable as it was for me. I cherish all the memories I have made with you, all the trouble we have gotten into, and all the cans I have crushed for you. I've gotten to experience so many incredible things with all you guys, and I don't know how I'm going to be able to get through college without you. I love and will miss all of you. Thank you for an amazing 4 years. Congratulations, class of 2005. Now, without further ado, it is my honor this evening to introduce to everyone else who have not had the privilege of knowing these people for the past 4 years, the 2005 graduating class of Merrill High School.
Thank you, Danielle. We will now have the presentation of high school diplomas by School Superintendent Dr. Sally Sarnstrom.
Thank you. Members of the Board of Education, members of the staff, parents, guardians, members of the graduating class of 2005. Graduation, far from an end, is the beginning of all of your tomorrows. Over the past several years, you have worked and studied, you've practiced and played, and you've grown. You've grown mentally as well as physically. And now you are here, ready to begin your lives as members of the adult community. For some of you, this will mean a job and the responsibilities of family living. For others, this will mean college and further years of study and preparation. Whatever course your future takes, it is my sincere hope that you will look back on your years here at MHS as having prepared you to meet and deal with the challenges that life will present. On behalf of myself, the school board members, and the staff of the Merrill Area Public School District, I wish each and every one of you the happiness of a productive life, the respect of your fellow human beings, and love of your family. May the future be yours. Having said that, school board members, it is with pride that I certify to you that the graduates seated before you have met the requirements of the Merrill Area Public School District and the state of Wisconsin. The graduates will now receive their diplomas.
Well, Mrs. O, it looks like the class of 2005 is having a ball. The first diploma will be handed out to our class president, Jessica Jo Yonke. If we can hold the applause until all of the graduates have received their diploma. And at the end of the ceremony, if we can make sure that everyone remains standing until all of the graduates have exited the ceremony. Catherine Lee Malm. Shayla Marie Albers. Carly Ann Ament. Dustin James Ashby. Kyle James Badu. Casey James Ballman. Caitlin Marie Ballman. Jacob Paul Becker. Ryan Lewis Bame. Kaylee Nicole Bender. Patrick John Blakesley. Ashley Lynn Block.
Lance is alive with 2005.
Mitchell Ryan Block. Jenna Audrey Bleckel. Adam Clement Bondioli. Brittany English Bowen. Deidre Raylyn Boise. Danielle Lee Block. Shannon Lee Murphy.
Jessica Lynn Bratz. Thomas Michael Brunell. Bridget Ann Britsky. Tabitha Ray Britsky. Stephen Frank Berman. Carrie Lynn Ray Burrows. Heidi Lee Bouchard. Ronald James Butler. Autumn Ray Candler. Kyle James Cavett. Jerry Michelle Saplina. Samuel Elliott Cleveland. Molly Marie Coors. Joshua John Cole. Megan Cheyenne Cotter. Samantha Ray Crass. Scott Leo Dahlman. Nicole Lynn Davis. Eric William Dayton. Adam Adrian DeBrew.
Sean Aloysius Dickman. Courtney Alyssa Deals. Kelly Ray Dusing. Christine Marie Dooley. Stephen John Dooley. Kayla Amanda Dunbar. Ellen Marie Dunphy. Heather Ann Duvey. Katie Lynn Eckes. Linda Marie Erickson. Ashley Nicole Faree. Stephanie Sue Fisher. Daniel Jean Folta II. Justin William Foster. Timothy Samuel Fox. Donald Frank Frank Jr. Thomas William Frazier. Devin Frick. Christina Marie Freisinger. Zachary David Freimark.
Ashley Marie Gallenberg. Janana Joy Gans. Elizabeth Ann Gartman. Christina Ann Jackalone. Robert Allen Geezy. Heidi Michelle Gilson. Sheena Marie Gropp. Elizabeth Catherine Gravel. Marie Gravine. Cody Green. Amanda Marie Grubb. Nicholas Lane Grunenwald. Ludvika K. Griskowicz. Ashley Lynn Hallbach. Kelly Lynn Hallbach. Jesse Scott Harmon. Savannah Mary Harmon. Christine Margaret Harvey. Amy Lynn Hockey. Dirk Michael Heidemann.
Joseph Albert Daniel Heisinger. Mindy Marie Heisler. Ashley Elizabeth Heller. Nola Angeline Heller. Katie Ann Helmstetter. Catherine Elizabeth Hodgson. Eric Patrick Hoffman. Joshua Michael Hoffman. Nicholas Bruce Hoffman. Trey Holtinger. Jillian Marie Hoygen. Kyle Stephen Holt. Zachary Matthew Hull. Heather Christine Imhoff. Andrew Paul Immel. Tabitha Marie Eineken. Jason Dwayne Isaacson. Brandy Nicole Jacobson. Rachel Elizabeth Yeager. Derek Lee Yonke.
Benjamin Jeffrey Janik. Amanda Sue Jansen. Duncan Oscar Jaraki. P. Jacob Jenkins. Erin Jeanette Johnson. Lindsay K. Yulke. Andre Yunka. Lisa Marie Konitz. Shannon Marie Kingbaum. Amanda Sue Kimmons. Ryan Richard King. Taylor Christine King. Jeremy Scott Clotty. Matthew Kleinhans. Abby Michelle Kleinschmidt. David Paul Kleinschmidt. Lindsay Elizabeth Klessig. Joshua Charles Dura Close. Derek William Knorr. Justin Bruce Kaler.
Laura Marie Kaler. Holly Ann Kotke. Lindsay Lee Kovar. Pamela Jean Krause. Jacob Adam Krewald. Brian Joseph Krieger. Stephanie Sue Lambrecht. Gregory John Lang. Samantha Lang. Anthony Joseph Leary. Francis Brian Lee. Michelle Marie Lehman. Alex Christian LeMay. Stacy Jean Lipke. Eric Michael Locamone. Danielle Renee Ludwig. Ben Gustav Wilhelm Lundberg. Katie Rose Ludsky. Kaylee Marie Mackey. Allison Lee Malm.
Ryan Anthony Malone. Eric Scott Malegi. Amanda Lynn Marquardt. Geneva Catherine Mall. Brandon Mark Morisak. Nicole Courtney Maxwell. Michael Ryan Carl McConnell. Sheena Marie McDougall. Kenneth Lee McVeigh. Hannah Jane Meyer. Amanda Lou Meyer. Kimberly Ann Meyer. Leah K. Meyer. Laura Lee Michael. Joshua John Moots. Walter Thomas Moots. David James Morrison. Carrie Lynn Muller. Jeremiah Paul Monchow. Alexander Timothy Mishki.
Alex Marie Mulford. Katrina Ann Murray. Jessica Ray Nass. Rebecca Dawn Nelson. Daniel Allen Newman. Slow down. Jess Robert Nicolai. Courtney Grace Oberg. Courtney Patricia Odegaard. Jacqueline Casey Astrike. Holly Marie Offerman. Joshua Randall Osnes. Justin David Osnes.
Hi, Allie.
Eric Joseph Ott. Jesse Stephen Poggle. Ryan Jean Ponko. Nina Marie Parks. Jose Pablo Pina. Brandon James Peterson. Julia Rachel Peterson. Megan Fonts.
Emily Louise Pickett. Tristan Joseph Leslie Prue. Melissa Pruger.
Congratulations.
Rashat Punaprasart. Kyle Ray Ralph. William James Rampart. Katie Marie Radiola. Jason Scott Reichelt. Jared Neil Ryman. Brianna K. Reiner. Christopher Lawrence Roble. Kyle James Roble. Samantha Ray Rotes. Bryce John Romatuski. Jacob John Rose. Kyle Joseph Rothmeyer. Lauren April Rozowich. Kelly Ann Rozmanowski. Sarah Ann Saul. Patrick Joseph Sadowski.
Nanika Sakalai. Leander Joy Santos. Catherine Lily Ann Savage. Cody Manning Sales. Tyson Mitchell Scatlin. David Matthew Shop. Trevon Florian Shireman. Lindsay Hazel Schmelzer. Karina Bree Schmidt. Paul Thomas Schmidt. Adam Michael Schneider. Andrew James Schneider. Carly Joe Schneider. Stephanie Lynn Schramm. Sabrina Schreiber. Brandon J. Schroeder. Amanda Margaret Schrader. Sarah Lynn Schrader. Trevor John Schrader. Cody Stephen Schultz.
Stephanie Marie Schultz. Ashton Lee Sigelski. Kimberly Ann Seidel. Holly Marie Skick. Stephanie Kohler Skick. Jeremy Charles Robert Slavinsky. Ryan Louis Smarzinski. Joshua Charles Smith. Sarah Marie Smith. Heather Victoria Sorby. Lindsay Susek. Stephanie Susan Stamper. Jordan Paul William Stein. Paul Michael Stiver. Kyle James Stoney. Doug Neil Strobel. Jessica Helen Struck. John Carl Stubbe. Zachary Johann Swanson. Nicholas Ed Tesmer. Your turn.
Van Sang Tao. Fasang Tao. Randall Kevin Thede. Monica Eileen Toppy. Megan Lynn Truckee. Casey Ray Vandergeest. Melissa Sue Vandergeest. Mitchell Carey Van Roy. Brooke Nicole Voigt. Nicole Ann Voigt. Kyle Robert Von Lowe. Brian Christopher Walbeck. Benjamin Leland Wallace. Catherine Elizabeth Welk. Danielle Marie Welter. Robert Michael Went. Andrew Lee White. Melissa Catherine Wilkie. Brandon Herman Waller. Michael Jeffrey Waller. Wendy Sue Waller.
Andrew James Warland. Jennifer Jean Ritz. Joe Zaprath. Vi Sue. Megan May Zahn. Amanda Marie Zastro. Matthew Scott Zastro. Anna Christine Zalent. Samuel Wayne Zimmerman. Matthew Lee Zocker. Logan Eli Zellner. Jera Beth Zielsdorf.
Danielle, you want to do the honors?
18 years of life, 13 years of high school, thousands of tests and quizzes, $50 a year for a parking pass, 8 formal dances, 4 homecomings, 128 agenda passes, 2 powder puff victories, and a few soda cans. All for this one moment of time. Class of 2005, get her done!
Katie Mull will now deliver the farewell address.
I don't know about you guys, but I think we have a pretty vocal graduation ceremony today. And with the beach balls throwing around, I guess we can tell that the class of 2005 always has to be occupying themselves. But, to be honest, I really wasn't looking forward to speaking today. But then I thought about it, and like Mr. Arneson said, it really is an honor to be here. And I'd like to take the chance to thank Mrs. Olszewski. I thought the class of 2005 should know that I had a really good conversation with her yesterday. And she told me some things that I think everybody should know. She thinks that the class of 2005 is a very special group of kids. Between being athletic and academically, she really thinks highly of our class, and I think we need to give her a round of applause. Also, I heard from someone that Mr. Arneson took a very long time writing this speech, and we want to thank him for doing such a great job. I do have a speech prepared, but I did consider not even using it. Then I realized that our speeches had to be approved for a reason, and I might as well stick with it. Last night, I realized while I was sitting around a campfire, I had a few friends tell me that my speech can't be original, and those people know who they are. Well, since it is a farewell speech, it's kind of hard not to say things that are at least somewhat original. Anyways, thanks for the advice and the pressure, guys. But I'm sure that all of you are almost ready to go, and I can tell that my fellow graduates are ready to get out of here now that they have a tight grip on their diplomas. So I'm going to keep this short. 4 years ago, we started as freshmen here at Merrill High School. For some of us, it has gone by too fast, and others, it hasn't gone by fast enough. Either way, we got through it, whether it was good or bad. We will have many memories that we take from this building. Some of us might have been lucky enough to have one of Mr. McDonald's class, where he would oftentimes display his freakishly long arms and do his Friday dance every single day of the week. Or for the girls, toilet papering Mr. Arneson's house after 2 powder puff wins, and Arneson always knowing exactly who it was the next morning. Yeah. Some of us may have been caught in the annual water fight in the parking lot on the last day of school, and almost every one of us has probably witnessed at least one of the Chipper's many antics. There's no doubt that they definitely made some of our days, and probably the principal's days, a little more eventful. And the typical school memories that we will try to forget, like using an agenda to walk in the halls, or paying $50 to park our cars when we had to be here anyway. But no matter how many different memories we have, every one of us will remember today. For the last time, we are in one room as the graduating class of 2005. After this summer, we will go our separate ways, though many of us will maintain some of the great friendships we have formed throughout the past 4 years. We will take one more step in our journey to follow our dreams and reach our goals, no matter what they may be. I wish every one of you the best of luck in fulfilling your dreams. I read a quote in last year's yearbook that has stayed with me. Remember, as we say goodbye to each other, we all take different paths in life, but no matter where we go, we take a little of each other everywhere. And I figured since when Josh was up here, he got to say hi to his niece, I get to too. Hi, Taylor and Madison. I just have to put that out there. Class of 2005, good luck and congratulations.
That concludes our graduation commencement. I would ask the audience that they would remain seated until the graduates have exited the field house. That would be very much appreciated. Good night and God bless.